LA's diversity hire fire chief points her finger at the city of Los Angeles for failing her. Now, there are two things that let's get out right off the bat before I even play her video. Number one, it isn't just her that they failed. They failed the people of Los Angeles City, Los Angeles County. They failed the people of California, and they failed the United States of America, because every American is going to feel some consequence from this. This isn't going to be isolated to just LA or just LA County or just California. This is going to be felt nationwide. It will. I mean, we're talking about the second most populated city. We're talking about a whole lot of money, a whole lot of people involved in this that are in the process of being damaged, displaced. Yes, you are going to feel it, even if you just feel it in your insurance. I mean, you're going to feel it in some way, some fashion, even if you're in Maine or Florida or as far away from California as possible. You are going to feel it. So that's number one. Number two, it wasn't just the city that failed her. We can point our finger at Karen Bass all day, and we will continue to point our finger at Karen Bass because she is to blame in large part for this. I mean, she was the one we learned yesterday that she had cut $17.6 million from the fire budget in order to help illegal aliens and some woke causes and some whatever failures themselves, of course. Now we learned today that she wanted to cut an additional $49 million. Oh, imagine if she had gotten her wish there. She is an absolute failure. But it's not just her. This does go to the county level, and we are seeing county failures across the board. I mean, it is ugly. Their county's sending out alerts that are supposed to go out to like 15,000 people. They're going out to like over 10 million people. Alerts going out to evacuate Orange County. It's like, what? I'm in Orange County. I'm nowhere near the fires. Well, yeah, evacuate. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Panicked people. I actually had a friend who evacuated because he was told to evacuate. The fire wasn't anywhere near him, but he still evacuated because that's what they told him to do. And then, of course, there's the state level. And at the state level, the state of California, that is supposed to be, if it were a nation, it would be the fifth largest economy in the world, is somehow unable to do anything right. I live out here. I get to see the failures every day. And this is, I've lived in I've lived in a diverse range of areas across the United States. I've lived in multiple states. And the incompetence, we can't even call it incompetence, the utter stupidity of the government in California, it is exponentially greater than the idiocy that I've seen elsewhere. I've lived in New York. That was bad, but it's nothing compared to California. I mean Sacramento, just morons up and down the board, absolute morons. Let's play this clip of Kristin Crowley being asked repeatedly, did they fail you? They being the city of Los Angeles.
Did the city of Los Angeles fail you and your department and our city?
It's my job to stand up as a chief and exactly say justifiably what the fire department needs to operate to meet the demands of the community.
Did they fail you?
That is our job, and I tell you, that's why I'm here. So let's get us what we need so our firefighters can do their jobs.
Did they fail you?
Yes.
Should we be happy that she is willing to point the finger? Sure, I guess. To some extent, it's more fodder for discussion. Even the diversity hire is pointing fingers at Democrat leadership in the city of Los Angeles. That's a story unto itself. But here's the reality, is that the failure really does fall, I would say, give it maybe 20, 30% on her. She is the reason for this. And you might say, how? But she can only work with what she's got. Well, did she learn on Monday that she didn't have enough resources? Or has she been aware that she did not have enough resources for a long time? The answer is, of course, the latter. She's known that she should. So there's two possibilities here. Either she knew that her departments were unable to meet the needs if there was to be a major fire in Los Angeles, and she chose to focus on advancing the LGBTQIA plus DEI diversity agenda. Okay, that's option one. Option two is that she didn't know that she was unprepared. She didn't know that her department didn't have enough to handle this. So either she made very poor choices or she's an idiot and doesn't need to be in the job. Actually, either way, she doesn't need to be in the job. If she knew that they were being failed, then she should have gone to the press. She should have gone to the mayor's office. She should have been screaming at the top of her lungs. Instead, she's doing interviews talking about how she's breaking glass ceilings and oh my gosh, first female homosexual woman, whatever, to be LGBT or to be this is a different discussion. To be the fire chief in LA, that's great. Okay, breaking glass ceilings, but glass is falling over the rest of the people in Los Angeles, and it's burning them. In some cases to death. At least 10 dead, and I suspect that number is going to go up, unfortunately, sadly. So yeah, we could say, oh, good on her for pointing the finger. She should have been pointing the finger months ago. Let's spread the truth together. You can connect with me on X at JD Rucker, or you could subscribe to my Rumble channel, jdrucker.com/rumble, jdrucker.com/rumble.